Alright, this is John Colo with GrowingYourGreens.com. Today we have another exciting episode for you, and today I'm coming at you from one of my two greenhouses here. It's been kind of hot lately, and so today I'm working out of the sun in the greenhouses under the cover of some shade here. The reason for this episode is because about 3 years ago now, I visited a place down in South Florida, Stockton 1 Aloe actually, and I made two videos there. I made a video about like how to divide aloe and a cool tour of the owner's like edible, yard with all the different food they're growing, and even some of the food they're growing in the front yard doesn't even look like food, but it's some of the most powerful food you guys could be eating. The aloe vera plant, and a special variety of aloe vera, not just the standard one you'd buy at the drugstore. It was one that has been found to have higher, medicinal and beneficial qualities to it. Anyways, I showed how to, carve the aloe, how to use it. Those two videos are actually some of my most popular videos on YouTube. I'll put links down below to those. If you guys didn't see them, I do encourage you guys to check them out. If you haven't seen them years ago, they are really good episodes. But in this episode, what we're going to be doing is in my greenhouse here, just like underneath, not even on the top shelf, but on a second to the top shelf, stuffed in the corner in the back, I had all the little aloe vera pups that I brought home with me several years ago, and they were like this big because I said to Michael I didn't want to take home big ones because they might get damaged on the airplane. So I took home the smallest ones that were still alive. I transplanted them all, and actually they all have been growing now for the last 3 years, without much care. I put them in pots. I literally put them on an irrigation system. Most of the pots got proper irrigation, so one of them actually got less, but they all survived, and more importantly, they've all divided. Now, of course, I could have gotten probably better growth out of these guys if I put them in a more direct sun location. I had them in kind of like a sunny but shady spot, protected spot in the greenhouse, especially because knowing that if I put plants out in my garden in the summer, that'd be great, but once it got cold, these aloe veras don't like the freezing temperatures, and they would be gone. So I put them in here so they got protection from the winter, but not full sun of the summer, and they've been growing great. So let me show you guys this guy right here. Look at this guy. This started out as like one little aloe vera cutting or a pup, and look at this now. This little 1 gallon pot. This thing is like overloaded with aloe vera growing out of it. Now I haven't harvested this guy because I've been too busy doing other stuff, and I never really paid attention to my aloe, just remembering that, oh yeah, that aloe's underneath there somewhere, and I look at it like, oh yeah, it's still growing. I'm not going to do anything with it. But today, it reminded me, I got some fresh pressed sugarcane or fresh squeezed sugarcane juice, and it reminded me of an amazing video I made with the aloe vera and sugarcane. So what I want to do in this episode, actually, we're going to go ahead and divide my aloe vera, show you guys how easy it is to divide aloe vera. Also, I'm going to be harvesting some of my nice large leaves off this, and then we'll be going inside, and I'll be showing you guys how to make the best aloe vera drink ever with my all-new kitchen gadget. It's the TriBest Dynapro vacuum blender that most people know what they are. Anyways, let's go ahead and take this guy, and I'll show you guys my little potting bench work area. We'll divide this guy, we'll pot him on up, and then we'll harvest them, and then we'll go inside and make that delicious drink for you. So now, as you guys can see, I'm in my potting area, and my potting area is nothing more than me actually sitting on the ground. And I got a big, large concrete mixing tub right here that I got from Home Depot. Home Depot has actually larger ones than the large at Lowe's, and in addition, I find that Home Depot generally has lower prices than Lowe's, at least in my area. Anyways, what we got in here is a nice blend of soil that I've created specifically for my aloe vera. I know a lot of you guys might like one soil fits all, right? And just whatever you're growing, you're just gonna use the same exact mixture in each pot, in each raised bed for everything. And I like to actually custom tailor my mixes based on the plant I'm growing, based on its needs. Some plants like a little bit more moist, some plants like a little bit dry, some plants like their feet wet a little bit, some plants don't like their feet wet and they need to have a good draining soil, as is the aloe vera, right? It doesn't like to keep its feet wet. It likes to naturally live in a soil that is fast draining. It has water sometimes, and then it gets to suck up that water when it needs to, and that's why it has those big fleshy leaves, because it is a succulent style plant. So the mixture that I've created today has lots of perlite in there, so that's going to provide some really good drainage. That would much be like most potting soils. If you don't want to make your own mix, just get a nice potting soil blend, maybe add some extra sand or add some extra perlite in there. In addition, aside from the drainage point, which is very important, I also want to have a lot of nutrients in there for the plant roots to take up, so that I could have some of the most nutritious aloe vera on the planet. Despite having probably the best variety, I want to have also the best soil to grow the highest quality. So in this soil blend, we got the standard compost, which is bacterial-based compost. I also got some fungal-dominated compost. In addition, I also have some high-quality worm castings, whether that's the Worm Gold Plus kind or the organic solution kind. And then just I basically reuse soil blends that I've made for other potted plants, so it's a nice, good potting mixture with a wide variety of things. Oh, don't forget, you got to add the rock dust. Super critical, super important. Provide your plants all the trace minerals they may require for full and optimal and good growth. All right, so after we got the soil blend mixed up here, which we've already done, we're gonna go ahead and take our plant. And as you guys can see, this thing is a monster, 1 gallon. I don't know how all this stuff is grown in there. And there's the mother plant, which is actually the largest one. It's actually pretty much in the center. I centered them up when I planted them. And then all around the mom is basically all these little pups, or these little babies that are basically offshoots. So what I like to do is we're gonna go ahead and tip it on its side, support the plant, and carefully remove the pot so you guys can see. Really nice root structure. They're not really tangling up on the bottom, not getting wrapped around, but they're all going down, so this is really a good sign. The next thing I like to do is carefully just tap this. I want to try to remove some of the dirt. It's a bit moist, not super moist, not too dry either. And we're trying to remove some of the dirt here, because I want to be able to see the roots of the aloe, and not have anything impede my progress to separating these guys apart. So what I'm going to do after I get a lot of the excess soil off, we're just going to go ahead and grab one of the little pups right here, and I'm going to carefully dig my finger down to the base of the pup and weasel it on out, like I'm putting pressure against it, trying to wiggle it. I got the bottom of it. I'm kind of circling it around and very carefully dug it out, trying to preserve as many roots as possible. Once I got one dug out, we'll go ahead and put it to the side, and then we're going to go ahead and do another one. This one comes out a little bit easier. Right there, there's another little pup. That's 2. Here's another one. There's 3. All right, here's 4. 5. 6. 7. Wow, this one plant had 7 little babies. How many of you guys could have 7 babies in 3 years? That's a lot. So here's my main plant, and oh, unfortunately I broke one guy off. That's all right, because this is the one we're gonna put aside and harvest. In addition, I've damaged a couple, so we're just gonna go ahead and harvest the bottom ones. So I'm just gonna come and break off some of the aloe leaves that are on the bottom very carefully. Generally, I like to harvest the ones that are nice and fat, so you guys can see like the dimensions of that leaf. It's probably like not width-wise, but top to bottom. It's actually quite fat. You guys can see it from like a side shot. It's got a lot of girth to it. I like things with girth. So that means there's going to be more food in there. So once we do that, we basically clean up some of this bottom stuff right down here. And now what we have is a nice aloe plant, and this one's actually quite large, so I'll be probably up planting these guys into 3 gallons. And then these small guys down over here, these are going to go back into the 1 gallon pots back to where they were in the greenhouse so that they can continue to grow. Now, one of the things I might do as I'm going through these guys, once again, any damaged leaves, we're just going to go ahead and pull those off and put those in the bin for me to eat. I might also harvest off some of the smaller bottom leaves that maybe look kind of messed up or whatever. But the next thing is we're going to go ahead and get to planting these guys. Super simple, super easy. Aloe is one of the easiest things to divide, so don't be scared. It's really hard to mess it up unless you're trying really hard. So once again, I'm just going to go ahead and take a 1 gallon, and we're just going to go ahead and put some of that soil in. I like to fill it up maybe a little bit less than halfway. Then what we're going to do is we got a couple additives over here in these little containers. So I got like to put like 1 scoop, and this is a Dr. Earth's vegetable fertilizer, all organic. And then over in this other container here, we got these little sawdust chips, and these sawdust chips are special trace mineral fertilizer that will add specific trace minerals to your soil. Very important. If I remember, I'll put the links down below to that special trace mineral mixture. Mix that up, and then what I like to do is I like to take the little aloe, and I like to try to pull back some of the soil and make sure the roots go straight down as much as possible. I'll hold the aloe to the level that I want it, which is approximately 3/4 of the way down into the pot. I don't want my aloe to be like too low in the pot, but I don't want it to be too high either. This is because if you have it too high, it's not going to be supported enough, so it's not going to be able to stand up on its own, and it might actually come out of the soil. Generally, I'll top fill these guys. Super simple, super easy. And then I'll maybe pull this up if I want it just a little bit higher. I'll go ahead and tamp down that soil just a little bit so the soil is nice and firm. It's going to hold the roots in place. Shake it up, and there we go. We have one nice little baby aloe vera. Now I got like 6 more to pot up, as well as the big mom that we're going to go ahead and put in a 3 gallon. But basically the process is pretty much the same. What I think I'm going to do next for you guys, actually we're going to go ahead and take you guys inside, and we're going to go ahead and process this aloe and make one delicious drink out of it. So now I'm inside, and I've just about processed all my aloe vera, but I saved one because I want to show you guys actually how to process the aloe vera. This is super critical, super important. Basically, you're going to need a few tools. Number 1, I got a cutting board. Number 2, I have a nice ceramic sharp knife. And number 3, I have like one of these, like, I don't know, what is it, maybe like frosting spreaders or something like that. There's like, it's not a sharp blade or anything like that. And what I've done was I basically cut off the skin methodically, and then just got the inside jelly only, right? And what I've done is I put the inside jelly only into pure reverse osmosis water to kind of get some of the yellow sap off, which is actually not good to eat, and that's why you shouldn't just take your aloe vera and blend the whole thing up, right? That can cause things like have you go to the bathroom too much, right? You could like get, I don't know, anyways, just imagine, right? You're gonna have to go to the bathroom like really bad if you eat the skin. So don't do it. Most of the beneficial properties are actually in the polysaccharides in the gooey, like ice looking part. Let me go ahead and pull one out for you guys. This stuff is slippery. It's hard to even hold on to. Look at this. It's right here. That's kind of weird, huh? So yeah, so really easy to get this stuff off. Let me go ahead and show you guys real quick. First thing is we're just going to go ahead and cut off the ends. So we cut off one end and we cut off the other end. Very simple, very easy. Then we're going to go ahead and take the knife and we're just going to cut off the spines only. So we're going to kind of work our way down very carefully, slowly, and methodically. Basically just to cut off all the spines. You don't want to cut off too much because then you're sacrificing a lot of the jelly inside. And once again, we're going to go ahead and do this side all the way straight down. No problem. Now the next step is you're not going to need your knife. You're going to need that frosting spreader here. And there's 2 sides of the aloe leaf. There's the top side that gets all the sun, and there's the bottom side. So I like to basically take off the top side first because it's actually more flat than the bottom side. So I'll put it face down on my cutting board. I'll take my frosting spreader, and usually I'll start with the end of the small end first, and I'll just kind of put it right in between the skin, right in between the skin and the clear gel part. And put it in there and just carefully rock it back and forth and working along. You know, you don't really have to cut or anything like that. Oh, what's going on here? You just want to move it along, and in this way you're going to basically separate the jelly from the green skin. Alright, so if you've done that fairly successfully, you're going to basically have something like looks like this, and hopefully you're not going to have a lot of the jelly left on the other piece. Then you flip it over and do the same thing. A little bit easier now since you could kind of see through the jelly. See what you're doing. You're going to get it right in between the green and the clear stuff. And I use my two hands to kind of push down the green as I'm like moving the frosting spreader along the path. This ensures that I'm not going to get any green when I'm doing this, and I'm going to get all the clear jelly, which is what I want. And you know, this can and will take some practice. You will get better as you do it more, and you'll kind of learn the technique. So once you get that off, you're going to end up with a piece like this. Pretty much all like clear jelly. This stuff's kind of insane. Now once you get this, you don't want to just eat this immediately. You want to go ahead and dunk it in some purified water. Let it sit there for a good 5 minutes. Maybe agitate it up, stir it up a little bit. Kind of help get some of that yellow sap off that's not good for us to eat. So we're going to go ahead and let that sit for a little while, and then we're going to come back at you and show you guys how to make my favorite drink using the aloe vera. And one other thing I have today, which is actually fresh, cold-pressed sugarcane juice. Amazing. And just like in the original video, I'm going to blend it up, but in this case, I have an all-new blender that I'm going to get to use that's even going to make higher nutrition smoothies and blended mixtures than the Vitamix that I originally used for the same recipe. Alright, I'm back. Now let's go ahead and make that cool smoothie. So what we just got another pitcher here with a sieve, and I'm just basically going to pour off the water. You do not want to use the soap water. So just going to pour that water through. Oops. And we're going to let some of the aloe drain out. This will kind of get a little bit gelatinous. You don't want to like let it sit and drain forever. You want to let it drain a little bit, just get most of the water, because a lot of this is the aloe goo that you don't want to be losing. So we're just going to go ahead and put that in the blender. And then we're just going to go ahead and dilute the rest out for this. Now, hey, with this soak water, right, it's not good for us to drink, but guess what, man? It's going to give your guys' plants a boost. So pick your favorite vegetable or fruit tree that you're growing in your garden and pour this water that has the aloe vera gel. That's, you know, there's lots of studies on that that'll actually boost up the plant growth. It actually also really feeds the microorganisms in the soil. And you could actually buy aloe extracts and whatnot these days. But what better than to do this yourself? Alright, so we got most of that stuff. We're going to go ahead and throw that in the blender. We still got some of that aloe gel in there. We'll let that sit to the side and drain. Next step is we got to add our fresh pressed sugarcane juice. So this is sugarcane juice with a little bit of lemon in there for, you know, with citric acid to preserve it. And this is the original recipe that I made, you know, way back when I was in South Florida. Now I'm glad I get to do it myself, and I'm doing it better because, you know, when I harvested the aloe in South Florida, right, they grow organically, but, you know, in my growing methods, I add specific things like rock dust and worm castings that have higher quality food. So that's one way. Step number two is now I have this cool vacuum blender, right? Most blenders, when you blend in any blender, right, you create a vortex. You can see that vortex coming in, going down the center. And as you're pulling down that vortex, it's aerating all the different food particles. So that basically oxidizes a lot of the nutrients that especially may damage some of the special polysaccharides that are actually in the aloe. And I know it damages for sure some of the beneficial antioxidants in the sugarcane juice. I don't want to do that any longer, and now because of the TriBest DynaPro blender, I don't have to, because this is what is known as a vacuum blender. This is the first one on the market. There will be sure to be others coming out really soon. And what you do is much like one of them food saver devices. When you save your food in the freezer and you suck out the air, your food saves longer. Same thing. You take a little vacuum pump. They do have a battery operated run. I like the manual one because they get a little bit of a workout and it pumps more air out. And we're sucking some of the air out right here. And if you guys look closely in there, you can see bubbles coming up out of the air, out of the aloe. And I like to see this little flap at the top. It comes up every time I pull the lever, and then it goes back down. And it sucks down because now there's vacuum in there. So now after we suck this all out, we're going to go ahead and turn the blender on. It's going to blend under vacuum, with all the excess oxygen removed out of the container, assuring that I'm going to have, a more air-free smoothie with a finer consistent texture. Better flavors. It's going to retain more flavors, which are actually the nutrients you're tasting. And it's going to be, not full of air bubbles. All right, let's go ahead and finish pumping this up. I'm here to pump you. All right, I think I got it pumped up. We could go ahead and remove this guy now since it's under a vacuum. Now we're just going to go ahead and turn this blender on. I think I'll run it at like full blast for maybe like a minute. We'll hit the blend cycle twice. All right, we stopped it. I don't think it even needed to run a minute. And we got a nice mixture in here. Now, if I didn't pull this under vacuum, there'd be a lot more air bubbles. But check this out. Listen carefully. That's all the vacuum we created inside, so we were blending in an oxygen-deprived environment to preserve more nutrients. Let's go ahead and pull this top off. Let me show you guys what we made right here. Best aloe vera juice in the world. Wow, I can smell that, man. It smells like sugar cane and lemon. Look at this texture on there. No more is it that jelly. We got a nice, really vibrant and rich lemonade. Aloe vera, sugar cane. All right, let me go ahead and taste it. Wow. That's one of the best drinks I've ever drank. I love this combination. You just taste the sweetness of the sugar cane. The aloe has a very neutral flavor. It kind of adds some richness and bodiness to that blended drink. And I'm glad that now I could grow the best aloe vera on the planet. For healing purposes anyways, that's been discovered up to this point, the aloe vera Miller Stockton variety. If you guys enjoyed this episode, hey, please be sure to give me a thumbs up. Also be sure to check the links down below in the description. I'll have my original videos where I actually got my aloe vera pups and made an aloe vera video such as this with a lot more information. I have actually 2 of them. Also be sure to click that subscribe button right down below so you don't miss out on any of my new and upcoming episodes. I have coming out about every 3 to 4 days. You never know where I'll show up or what you'll be learning on my YouTube channel. Finally, be sure to share this video with somebody else that doesn't know how to properly cut up and prepare their aloe for consumption. If you don't have sugarcane juice, that's all right. Hey, blend it up with some orange juice or some other fruit juice. It's going to taste amazing. And I think aloe vera is probably one of the most healing plants that most people simply do not use enough of in their lives. Definitely, it's been known to help heal your intestines and digestive system, even like good for sunburns. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today. So also be sure to check my past episodes. My past episodes are a wealth of knowledge. Over 1,250 videos on this channel at this time dedicated to teaching you guys all aspects on how you guys can grow your own food at home and process it into some of the best things on earth. So with that, my name is John Kohler with GrowingYourGreens.com. We'll see you next time. And until then, remember, keep on growing.